He was the face. He was the new darling. Everyone was. I was on board.
Yeah, wasn't he on MLB The Show cover, or he was going to be on something Sports
like
Illustrated swimsuit edition or something?
Which one was that?
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Yes, once again. Possibly. For the first time.
Possibly, somehow, some way. We got some where should we begin? Where should we begin? This brand new baseball season has begun, but the spring weather is not here yet. We're still winter's clinging on.
Not in Northern California, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
I was talking to somebody on the East Coast at work, and they're like, well, it's 70 degrees today. I was like, You have our weather, and we have your fucking weather. It's like 40 degrees here, and it's raining.
Yeah, like New York, it's only snowed a few days or some weirdness like that. We had snow here in Marin.
Yeah, we had
it snowed down to 1,000 feet.
Yeah, it's snowed here. I guess it was called a grumble or soft hail or whatever the fuck they call it. It's snow. I'm counting it.
Count it.
Like, I had to stop what I was doing and go outside. We got in the spa.
Oh,
Jeff and I are like, it's snowing? Spa baby.
Time for sure. Well, I mean, remember in high school, that one time it snowed, and literally, like in a fucking movie, everyone just walked out of class. Like everyone in the class
stopped.
Everything stopped. Everyone walked outside.
I remember it was a computer apps class, and the teacher was Mr. Greco. We looked out the window, and it was like I remember. So Ike was in the class, and the windows were really high. Remember, they were super high in the second story. He just stood up because he was 6'8" and looked out the window. Like, it's snowing. And we're like, holy shit! He's like, all right, everybody, just we can pick this up tomorrow. Go enjoy it because you may never see this again.
It's such an unusual thing, and I remember that, and I'm like, what a great opportunity to try to go make out with my girlfriend out of class.
I think it was in the quad throwing snowballs.
Yeah, like. Let me go try to get some action real quick on the snow break, and then probably
using time wisely.
Yeah,
I was horsing around, but you were using it wisely.
The old divining rod was leading my actions. Speaking of the divining rod, Joe's been putting his to use. He's got another one on the way, and he had a little shindig that Cerny attended.
Huggies and chuggies. Yeah, it was nice. He's having a boy.
Nice.
And in fact, the baby shower is at the Casa de Cern.
Oh,
this Saturday.
Well, one person from our family will be in attendance to said baby shower.
That's right. I'll be in the garage, cast off in the garage, fighting the elements.
When you're out there, are you off duty, so to speak, of husband duties, or do you get the text like, "Hey, we're kind of running low on waters," or we're running low on chips?
I think I'm going to be off the clock because the boys will be here, so they can just They could pick up butler duties.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, they're primed to help. You have to lure them out of their caves, though.
One will need to be lured out of a cave. The other one, he'll be in his room. He'll be on dog duty.
Oh, yes,
because they'll be barking it up. Well, at least one of them.
Yeah.
So he'll be on dog and puppy duty, but he'll be available.
Baby shower. New life. New life is coming.
That's right,
Joe. I don't even. 2 is just. It's tough. I don't know. There's just it's a different thing than 1. I'll just say
now one of the guests there, Cameron.
Oh yes,
he has twins.
Oh wow,
didn't know that because he was like because Joe had a little poker tourney going for his party, and he's about to fall asleep at the fucking table. And we're like, what's going on? Like, I'm only getting like 3 hours sleep a night. They're like, why? He's like, twins are rough, man. They're not on the same schedule. One wakes up, and then the other one, goes to bed. The other one wakes up. I was like, damn.
Yeah. And I mean, I could see part of it if you don't have kids and then you just get twins. You don't know any different.
Yeah.
But everyone tells you how crazy it is. But having, at least if you've had a kid or involved with some kid, the thought of twins is like, it's just too much. It's too much.
That's a lot of work.
Let alone triplets or any octomom business. I don't think you can. What's the? I feel like triplets, a natural triplet situation, has got to be really rare.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't know the percentage of it, but yeah.
I know now with the in vitro, the IVF stuff.
Yeah, that probably
it's a lot more common because they got to load up the egg or a couple eggs or whatever, however they do it. But I'm scratching my curiosity now. Ideal search if you can find one that has the percentages of quadruplets and anything over all natural. That would be Cern's on
yeah.
He's on data mode. He's finding the stats for us. But yeah.
1 in every 10,000 pregnancies.
Oh. Wow. That's way more frequent than I was thinking.
So did I.
Well, the more you know here on the Chip and Cern show. Also, we're going to drop some knowledge bombs on you about the new MLB rules.
Ooh, quadruplets is 1 in 700,000 pregnancies.
There we go. There we go. 700,000 pregnancies.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are the odds?
Wow. They're 1 in 700,000 apparently.
Yeah.
That's
exactly the odds.
That's exactly the odds. I would have put the triplets as that quadruplets number.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah.
So it's a little more
interesting.
Frequent than we thought.
Yeah,
it is.
Well, I guess I'm only, I don't know any triplets, but I don't know hundreds of tens of thousands of people either. So
true. Sample size is a little small.
Yeah, sample size is too small.
We'll have to ask Joe how many triplets he knows. He would know. He's got to know at least 2 sets.
Oh yeah, Joe's his circle, his social circle is vast compared to ours.
It's hard to if somebody knows Joe, it's hard to find somebody that'd be like, nah, I don't really care for that guy. I swear, everyone that does, like, oh yeah, I love that guy. He's good.
I mean, I think the worst things said about him are said by his friends.
Absolutely. Maybe JP Howell.
Yeah, JP Howell probably has. You know what JP Howell would say? Who?
And this is why he doesn't come on the show. This is why he doesn't come on the show.
This is why he doesn't come on the show. We try to be. I swear, like we didn't before we turned hit the record button. We didn't go. Let's roast Joe for 5 or 10 minutes to start the show. It just is not what we started off.
It just happened.
But something rolling downhill will just eventually.
Just keep going, just like a snowball.
Okay, spring training is here. There's a couple games. We already have the Dodgers shortstop blew his ACL out already.
Gavin Lux, that's right.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of new rules, but the big news out of spring training is the pitch clock. It's getting all the headlines, getting all the heat and press. So let's just talk about the pitch clock. So this is baseball. So a few things. There's a new shift rule. We can get into that later. The pitch clock rule, larger bases and new base running rules, and then the ghost runners and extra innings.
Extra innings, except for the playoffs, right?
Yeah, let's get into that one. So, nearly half. Yeah, after the 9th inning, you start with someone on second.
Okay, and they had that previous, and they're just going to keep it.
Yeah, they had that since 2020. Every half inning after the 9th inning begins with a runner on second base.
And I'm fine with that. Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Especially for a regular season game. They're fun to go to, but I don't want to sit there for 18 innings watching, 1-1 baseball. After a while, it's like, come on now. I got to work in the morning.
Exactly. And, I mean, I think the rules are an effort to bring the game times down, to have the games be shorter.
Yeah.
That's what the rules are supposed to be doing. So, by just encouraging a little bit more offense by having somebody on second?
I think they want more offense too.
Yeah, I think they do as well. Okay. Pitch clock. Let's get into it. The new rule is that there's a 30-second timer between batters and a time limit between pitches. After receiving the ball from the catcher or umpire, pitchers are required to begin their motion within 15 seconds with the bases empty or within 20 seconds with runners on second base. Now, if they go over that time, they get an automatic ball. Okay. Now, the hitters also have a shared responsibility to keep the game moving. They must be in the batter's box and ready for the pitch by the time the clock reaches 8 seconds. If not, they're charged with a strike. A batter can call timeout only once per plate appearance.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay. Now, in theory, this sounds interesting. And on the giant, in spring training, there is a giant fucking clock.
That's huge. It's like half the backstop.
It's literally 6 feet by probably 4 feet. You know, where they would normally put the advertisements when you're watching TV, it's a giant countdown clock that just goes 20, 19, 18. So that's been a thing. Now, this has happened already where the game has ended, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, because the batter wasn't ready for the pitch, and the umpire's like, nope, extra strike. He just struck out, game over. Which has people obviously a little bit riled.
So I was talking to Stat Boy about this at Joe's party.
Yeah.
His take was he believes that the MLB told the umpires set the tempo and just crack down like hell during spring training, which I get.
That makes sense. It's a new rule. High enforcement. Yeah.
I said the problem I'm going to see is if we're getting down to September, October, we're in the playoffs, and the game ends like that.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Someone's going to go nuclear for sure.
Yeah. So
Now, it's going to take a little bit of time for everyone to kind of get on the same page, and that's why they're doing it during spring training, and probably why I agree with Dana's take. I do think there probably been high enforcement. You got to enforce this rule 100% of the time, because or else nobody's going to catch on.
Yeah, and some of the stupid ass rituals people do to get in the box or to get on the mound and stuff.
Stop.
Remember, Nomar Garcia Parra to do that dumbass with his gloves and all that shit.
Yeah. Who was that pitcher on the Astros that does all these rockabye baby and he takes fucking 10 steps to do it? It's like, throw the fucking ball, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But ending a game like that.
How do you handle that though? Because you can't say these are the rules except for the 9th inning.
That's what I say. Maybe they say just suspend him from the 9th.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, interesting enough, I was thinking. So I think the pitcher could only pick off to first base 3 times max.
I did see that as well.
So if I'm a runner and he picked off 3 times, I'm just gonna fucking take off.
Right, you got a monster lead. How would you? Yeah, you got to be really conservative with your pickoff.
And on top of that, if I'm taking a lead and it's the pitch clock's 2.
Yeah, fucking around with them.
Yeah, I'm running.
It's a whole.
I know his ass ain't picking.
Yeah, it's a whole new game. It's a game within the game sort of thing. Yeah, and if he's already picked over twice, you're really stretching that lead out. See if you can bait him in to do it again.
Bases are larger, so you have an extra inch and a half. I think it's 3 inches larger. So I'm going to see inch and a half on each side. Yeah. To get there. Nice. So a lot of those bang bang plays, I think they're going to go to the runner.
Yeah, and people are upset about the bases being bigger, which, come on, who cares?
I think they use that.
Who cares?
I think a lot of them see that fake news where they where they blew the base up. That's looks like it's fucking 10
it's like a garbage can lid or some shit.
Yeah, next to the normal size base. I think people see that and they're like, "What the fuck?" It's that's not it. It's only 3 inches bigger.
Yeah, so they're 18 inches square. So now it's 4.5 inches shorter between first and second and third base. Home plate's the same size though.
Man, they increase home plate. Pitchers would be rolling.
Oh man,
Fuck the shift and all the extra shit. No one's gonna be on. They'd be dotting the corners left and right.
Corn just pain. The hitters bust out. They have 52-inch bats and shit now. It's just all the game of maximums. If the pitcher attempts a third pickoff throw and doesn't get the runner out, it's an automatic balk, and all runners move up one base. Wow.
Oh.
So there's going to be. Is Ricky Henderson's stolen base record is going to be in trouble this year?
I don't think so. I mean,
how many?
It's like 127 in a season. I think. I think. Just look it up.
Yeah, I'm checking it out now. Ricky Henderson. Career 1,406 steals.
What about in a season?
Let me see in a season though.
I think it's 127.
Oh man, I didn't click the right article. Stolen base records season. Let me see here. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe it's God damn it. 138 in 1887 surpassed Ricky Henderson in 1991. So he got the most steals in 1991.
130 something then?
Something like that. The chart I'm looking at only has freaking career stats.
All right, let me take a look, yeah.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Wow, he's really... I mean, Ricky Henderson played from 1979 to 2003. It's just insane.
130. Yep, 130.
Oh, here we go. 130. Nicer. No. Billy Hamilton, 111. He's the closest one. Ricky Henderson on there, 100. Billy Hamilton, 102. Ricky Henderson stole.
I think I saw this article where they're predicting the stolen base leader, and they're still predicting like 45 bags, which is going to lead the.
That's
league.
all. Wow.
The game's different now. I mean, if you get gunned out at second base, the manager may assault you in the dugout.
It's got to be a sure thing, right? Remember back in the like the 90s and stuff. Frank Thomas was good for like 3 stolen bases.
Yeah,
the catcher would snag a couple bags just for good measure, just because it's kind of how it was. But yeah, that seemed to have gone by the wayside. So, now the pitch clock. Every game that they've been using the pitch clock has been like crazy short. So the average game
2.5 hours?
Yeah, 2.5 hours, and that wasn't the average time of a game since like the 70s, mid to late 70s, I believe.
I think last year it was like 3 hours and 3 minutes or something like that. So they shaved a half hour off.
So really high, very successful on their goal of lowering times. But what is your take on the pitch clock?
The pitch clock. I mean, it's tough with the pitch clock. I mean, I understand they have to have the batters on the clock too if you're going to enforce a pitch clock, because then if I'm the batter, I'm just going to fuck around until it's time to go. But I foresee a problem if it's a meaningful game. I foresee a problem of a game ending that way, and I really see a problem if it's postseason or like a meaningful game at the end of the year.
Yeah, I don't know. They do need to figure that out. I don't know, probably pretty soon. And just kind of, because I think people are freaking out, right? Because they're seeing they are edge cases that, yes, the game could be decided by one of these type of calls, but it has happened already. And we're only
even in the college game.
And in college too, yeah. So somebody's got to figure it out. But at the same time, if your game could be impacted like that, everyone needs to adjust their behavior as well. Like
what Joey Votto did. He just stood in there with his arms up, ball, and just didn't even move. Just kept on going like he's taking fucking BP.
Oh, he just stood in the box the whole time?
Yeah, he just like ball, boom. He just stood there the whole time. Didn't even move.
Oh, that's great. Joey Votto's been pretty good on the Twitters and the Instagram as well. Okay, what larger bases? I don't really care. Less people getting injured. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, the average time for a major league game was 3 hours and 6 minutes. Very close.
6. Yeah.
The all-time high was 3 hours 11 minutes in 2020. So, yeah, MLB wants to cut down the number of times pitchers and batters are allowed to stop play. That makes sense. Now the shift piece. So the new rule is at the start of a pitch, teams must have at least 2 infielders on either side of second base, with all 4 positioned on infield dirt. Infielders may not switch positions unless there's a substitution.
I mean, are you stacking? Are you stacking second base?
It's like
fucking line.
Like, but I'm for this one because when the shift first started happening, it was like, oh, it's only happening against Barry Bonds
or Adam Dunn. Remember
yeah, and then
Jim Tomei. Those are the guys that got the shift.
David Ortiz, like pretty much all dead pull lefties. They were get the shift, which made sense at the time, and it was more of a one-off thing. Like it would happen a few times during the game, and sure as shit, it would usually work. And then somewhere along the way, it just started happening.
Of the whole
every fucking thing.
Baseball analytics with the stat cast and stuff. I mean, they stat the shit out of everything. Some of the stats are. I get it, but I think we're starting to reach a point where it's like, okay, we don't need to. We don't need a stat on that. I could have done without that.
There's too much analytics happening. We don't need this much analytics.
I mean, with the baseball playoffs, when like Bob Costas or whoever the fuck, when they started just rolling off during the Mets, and they were just rolling off. This hasn't happened where a pitcher, and since 1968, and I happen to be in the state. It's like, shut the fuck up, okay?
Just why can't we be happy? Like, yeah, we understand that this doesn't happen that often, but. Then they get so granular, like, oh, against lefties on grass at night games, he's batting .340. I'm like, okay, but is that really a trend? You know,
or like when they're like, that catch was a 17% probability. It's like, where are you getting that number? I'm pretty sure it was 100%. I caught it, so I guess at the start of the play, it was 17.
Me. I heard it hit the high.
17% if you were out there.
Yeah. That's the stat cast that I want to see is like, here's your average Joe out person, human. Here's how fast they can run, and this ball would have been a triple instead of getting caught because they would have tripped over themselves or something like that. That would be kind of funny.
Remember that show back in our youth was Pros versus Joes?
Oh yeah, I do remember what was the concept of it? It
was your average, Joe who thinks he's good at something.
So I'd be like, I'm a good quarterback.
Yeah, and then they would go, and most of the time it wasn't even against a pro that was even active. It was like some retiree.
And they would just own him.
Oh, yeah. There was like some guy that thought he was good at basketball, and he played Clyde to Glide, in a one-on-one and got his ass beat. Clyde to Glide has been retired for 50? Like 10 years. He was so over his ass.
Do you remember the Jackass where Johnny Knox the blind side
Butterbean?
Fuck. The Butterbean one, that was good. The boxer, but when he got blindsided on where he was the quarterback, and they just had some
yes,
he got absolutely wrecked. I mean, he probably got damaged from that. I feel like that must have done something.
He has to. I saw Shark Week, obviously several months ago.
Oh, yeah.
And they had the Jackass Shark Week. And I noticed, Johnny Knoxville was like doing the...
Oh, he was hosting Shark Week?
He was on like their little segment or whatever they had.
Okay, yeah.
But I did notice he wasn't really getting into the water with the sharks. He wasn't really doing the dumbass shit anymore. He was just having somebody else do it.
He just has the other guys do that now?
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, I kind of want to watch those, see what an old Jackass movie would be like, because the last time we watched those was when we were in high school or
that was hilarious.
Yeah. Like,
even the show, I remember the very first show I saw where it was like, he was trying to figure out which one was better or which one was worse, getting pepper sprayed, tased, or stun gunned or some shit. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, and they got in trouble because they didn't have the disclaimer on it first, and then all these kids would just do this stupid shit, obviously. Somehow, we were smart enough, or we weren't we were either smart enough or not dumb enough to partake in the jackass stuff.
I mean, I think I saw them getting hurt, and I was like, I don't know if
I was like, I don't know. I feel like getting stomped by a bull would hurt. I don't know if I want to go fuck around with.
I don't know if taking a 2x4 to the nuts at 45 miles an hour isn't exactly up my alley.
Yeah. And that one dude shot bottle rock. Didn't he put a bottle rock in his asshole?
Oh, I was like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
I always thought that. I was like, I'm not really going to do any of the nude stuff either, where it's like, the ass play stuff. I'm like, I really don't want to do that.
Jackass did have that one guy. Any penis,
Pontus or Pontius
or butt stuff, he was all about it. He's like, you need to do something with the penis. I offer my penis up
anytime. Like the mousetrap, wasn't it? Wasn't there one of the mousetrap? I think.
Oh fuck! Did he put his balls in it?
I can't remember. I think I remember going. I would never do that in a million years.
Dude, I feel like, I mean, if you took a mousetrap on your nuts, like actually on your testicles, that would that could burst them. I don't think that. But if you took it on the schlong, on just the shaft, I feel like it could sever it. Maybe
a rat trap, maybe mousetrap. No, but I mean, I guess.
What if it's one of those
for free? I'm not doing it. I mean, I would say I would never do it, but if it was like, hey, we're gonna give you $1 million to take a snapper to the dick, I'm like, all right, lay it on me, baby. It's only gonna hurt.
Everyone has a price. Everybody has a price for something. So take a mousetrap to the dick. If I could be assured that
it's not going to cut it off or something?
Yeah, like
it's just going to hurt like hell for a little bit. I'm like, okay,
I could suck up with a little bit of pain for a bit, but there would need to be some financial compensation.
I'm not doing it for laughs. Okay, no. I'm past that point. Actually,
I've got enough laughs in my life. I don't need.
I'll just try to tell a joke or something. I'm not going to.
Yeah, right. I'd rather figure something else out to get a laugh than put myself through that kind of pain.
Yeah,
but so the new MLB rules. I'm here for the shift. I'm here for the shift.
Yeah, as long as I really am against the robo umpires.
Oh, so MLB last season, 33.6% of all plate appearances, there was a shift happening.
Ooh, a third.
55% against left-handers.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So batting averages, they're going to go up this year, is my prediction.
They were pretty bad last year. I think at one point, I don't know where it finished, but the league average was like 232 or something. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But that's the average.
Yeah. And it's not like there was any, back in the day when the batting averages were that low,
the mound was
pitchers, then the pitchers were getting 20, 25 wins a season. So like the pitching isn't stepping up. It's just they've made the hitting way too hard. And
I think I saw this. I think it was Harold Reynolds. Somebody was breaking down swings.
Yeah.
And he said a lot of it is the new age, that...
the launch angle.
The launch angle, with basically a big fucking uppercut.
Yeah.
And they said, at first it was successful because, when we played, it was pitched down in the zone.
Yeah.
Because it was always, flat to the zone. So you just pitch down and away or whatever it is. And then the launch angle came. So they were basically, and so then they said pitcher just adjusted and just started on top of the zone.
Boom. And they extended the zone up too. Remember they?
Oh yeah, it's like the belt buckle to like the chest or something like that.
Yeah, the chest or something. I don't think they get those calls a ton, but
no.
Robo ump maybe would get them.
I'm way against that.
You're way against the robo ump.
Yeah, I mean, I think the umpires being shitty and stuff. I think that's still part of the game. Got to pitch to the. This umpire likes this sound. I mean, I think the correct way to handle it would be to actually publicly punish, like Angel Hernandez. He needs a fine. You know what? If he's that bad, why can't they just send him down to college ball or AAA or some shit like a pro?
Exactly. I think there should. I agree with you that the human nature of umpires is part of what makes the game the game.
Yeah,
baseball.
You know what? It's always when it doesn't work out, half of the crowd's going to be like, "That's bullshit." The other half that it benefits is like, "Yes." So I think that's part of it.
But I do agree they're seemingly umpires are operating on they're like cops. They just can't be punished at all.
No.
If they're good or if they're bad or if they hold grudges, there's no repercussions for any negative behavior on their thing. So it's like
when they go looking to toss somebody out, it's like, wait a minute, there's not one person in the stands that paid to see your ass.
Yeah, that bought a fucking $250 ticket.
Unless your fucking mom or your wife or your kids are out in the stands. Even so, I don't think they really want to see you toss somebody out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's not where we're spending our money on. We're spending on overpriced Coors Light beers.
Yeah.
But those are coming down.
Coming down. And it's only in certain sections, right? I think it's what the rule was.
Oh, really? Oh, there's been a little bit more.
I want to say it's what it was. That's what my dad said. Like, so I think it's only in certain sections. This is like, is it the bleachers or is it more? I think I keep it high at the bleachers. And
view reserve. Bleachers still $30 a beer. All the drugs.
It's still better than in New York where we couldn't even get one.
That's true. They had a ban on the alcohol when we went to Old Yankee Stadium that one time.
Wouldn't let you venture to go get one. Guards.
Yeah, we were like
what?
Cattle.
Yeah,
like cattle in the out bleachers.
We can't get a beer. Remember the guy like no, like looking at us like what is this?
Like, what? It's not America. But the Giants, allegedly, they're lowering their price of beers in some locations. Locations meaning like
$9 a beer,
$9. Which, I mean, it just shows how much fucking margin. It probably cost them a quarter to fill a beer up, and they're making $10 a hand over fist.
So our company delivers the buns, for the hot dogs and stuff, and their margin is they get a pretty hefty discount for the amount of volume that you do. You get a discount.
Yeah, I mean they're making the margins have got to be, I would imagine, on beer and food probably over 80%.
Yeah, it's like a convenience store.
It's just wild. It's just wild on that shit. So, let alone not even talking about the, club level kind of stuff that they do.
If we were like Padres fans, I'd be sweating the prices of food today with the amount of money they're blowing.
Dude,
Mets.
Manny Machado just came out and he acted like he was going to peace out of the Dodgers. He's like, I'm opting, and then he got himself a.
Good bluff.
Yeah, they didn't want
41. No, I think.
Wow.
This is in my brain because you see a lot of these contracts. So these guys are going to their fucking 40s in big time contracts.
It's wild.
And I'm like, why would it be like that? But I'm thinking because of the DH in the National League now, you're not really limited to the American League. When you start getting slow.
Good call. So when they're 38, they're just a DH now.
Yeah. Or you're playing first base, whatever the fuck, whichever one.
Good call. That's good thinking, Cern. That's good thinking. That definitely makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot more sense because Carrera, they were giving when the Giants, when I heard the 13-year thing, I'm like, wait, this guy's not like 20.
No.
Right? I'm like, this guy is.
This was throwing me off too. I was like, all these contracts, Seager or not Seager, Turner, and all these shortstops too. I'm like, I would like see the contract. I was like 12 years, 11 years, whatever it is. I'm like, this guy is like 26 or something. I was like, no, he's like fucking 30.
30. Yeah, the Padres have some sort of fetish for shortstops. That's for sure.
Their whole lineup.
They like to collect them over there. Yeah, and do you think Tatis Jr. gets popped again for?
No, I mean if he did, that'd be insane.
He should literally be trying to act like a fucking Padre. Is what he should be doing. Yeah, like he should have the robes on and shit. He should be the holiest motherfucker out there. He should look like a friar for sure.
I've never seen somebody go from fucking MLB hero to villain in
the garbage.
It was so fast. It was all of last year just unraveled with the motorcycle accident or the bike, whatever the fuck it was. It was something stupid. He was out for the year. He was going to come back and then gets popped, and then he was the villain. I was like, no.
Absolutely.
He was the face. He was the new darling. Everyone was. I was on board.
Yeah, wasn't he on MLB The Show cover, or he was going to be on something Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition or something.
Oh, which one was that?
Are they still doing the swimsuit edition?
I don't know. I couldn't answer that.
I think that got I feel like that might have got canceled.
I don't know.
Still happening?
We're gonna look it up because I don't know.
I'm looking it up. Illustrated swimsuit.
Do they still print
do.
these? They print them out as digital now.
It's a rookie. She's a rookie. Melissa Wood Teppenberg. Yeah,
rookie for what?
Being in the magazine.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a softball or basketball or baseball.
She's the body neutrality influencer that makes her SI swimsuit debut. Okay, let me take a oh boy. We don't need ads. I mean, she's she's a good looking person. She's 25. Oh, okay, she's I think the industry would probably say she's a plus size model.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Cern's just looking at my face as I careen my head around looking at these swimsuit pictures. I'll send it to you after.
Sweet.
If you want. Little pre-bred Jack. Clear the mind.
Clear the mind. Relax it.
It's so funny. Back in I remember one time in the youth, Fredericks of Hollywood. It's like a lingerie.
I remember
Victoria's Secret. Somehow I got there was a catalog that got delivered to the house when I was in high school of that, or maybe it was middle school.
Middle school, I think it was.
And when you're fucking 12 or 13 and there's a magazine just full of chicks in their underwear, that's all. That's all you need. That's all you need. I mean, that's all you need right there.
At that age, if the wind catches you right, I mean.
Oh yeah. And now I'm just like, that shit's on Instagram. Like there's just there's hornier shit on Instagram. You could just scroll by. My dick's so desensitized to anything. It's been desensitized. But yeah. Well, I haven't even thought about the Sports Illustrated or magazines in general.
They still print those? Or?
Yeah, my wife. I don't know. In the mail the other day, a Cosmo and a Vogue showed up, like magazines, and I was like, there's probably a lot of judgment in my voice, but I wasn't intending it that way. I was like, you subscribe to Vogue? I'm like, what? Why are you ordering magazines? She's like, I don't know. They just showed up at the house. I'm like, oh. Sometimes when you buy stuff online, they're like, oh, you get 6 free months of So maybe she got bamboozled or something. Right. And I'm like, I'm like, we're just going to throw them right in the recycling. So it's like total waste. So we want to try to, it's impossible to get to stop them sending, especially if you're not even subscribed.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Refuse. I don't know. What are you supposed to do about that?
Refuse it. Send it back.
Yeah. Return to sender. Just write it on front. Does that work anymore?
I don't know.
I always thought you can sort of get around. If you went a little light on the postage, you just put the to address as the from. So when they go to return it, it ends up at the same place. But you try to cheat the post office out of 43 cents or whatever stamp is these days.
Yeah.
I don't need 43 cents that bad. So
I don't even know. Last time I've had to get stamps and mail something.
How much is a stamp now?
You were asking the tough questions today. I don't know.
Man, I got you on the skewers today, sir. Sorry about this. All right. U.S. Postal Service announces new prices for 2022. 60 cents. That's a 1 ounce letter. And then if it's a metered 1 ounce, it's 57 cents. International is 140. So, yeah. The more you know. Again, we're just dropping knowledge.
Dropping knowledge.
Here, but, I guess are we running out of content if we're talking about stamp prices? All right, let's wind this episode up.
Have you been watching any of the baseball or anything?
I haven't. I haven't been watching. I
don't watch too much spring training. I mean, people get kind of worked up on it. It's like, okay, these are a lot of the guys pitching today for the Giants. I mean, I saw the names. I was like, who?
Yeah, I like the clips. I mean, the clips that I see on Instagram are it's getting me excited.
Yeah,
for
that's what I watch. A little short thing here and there. Like, oh, okay, sweet.
I love sending Cerny a good clip. Something good. I'm like, oh, well, Cerny's gonna love this one. Yeah, I saw something. There's a ambidextrous pitcher.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
And he's throwing like in the 90s from each side, right?
Yeah. It was like 95 from the right and 92 from the left.
Now
that's talent.
I mean, talk about a big contract. Essentially, like is he throw more innings than people, or
true? Because it's like, do you do a pitch count for each arm?
I guess you. Yeah, what's the coach has like 2 clickers? It's like one says L, one says R on it. He's like, and he has that glove. I know they had to make a bunch of new rules to get around him switching, because you can get in this infinity loop of switch hitter, switch pitcher of, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna switch. But they had the pitcher has to decide which way they're gonna throw before the bats start, something like that. So they try to limit that, but they figure that out, but not the bottom of the 9th walk-off strike call, because it took
not yet, not until
seconds.
It becomes a problem will they decide to address it.
I mean, and then what are you going to do when there is I guess there is a clock that but if the clock's not as visible, what if the one coach thinks that the umpire let it slide for an extra second? Because is it still on the umpire to make that judgment? Is that still a judgment call on the umpire?
He has to be looking and set. So it's like, what's the umpire's interpretation of looking and set? Is if the guy's looking at him, but his bat, it's like on his shoulder? I mean, what is it?
I'm going to predict now, mark at Cern. Aaron Boone's going to be the first.
Oh, yeah, he's going to whine about it.
Yeah.
Game 1. First week, he's going to whine about it.
He's going to get tossed. Faux show. But how are the Giants are looking ho-hum?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I know Mania they're all high on him right now because he was throwing like 88, 90 last year, and he came out of spring training with he trained at some facility with the whatever it is, with some new body mechanics. He's throwing 96, so they're all like, oh, shit.
Whoa, shit. That's a good 7-8 miles per hour on the fastball?
Yeah.
Wow. He's probably got the spider tack.
Garrett Cole gave it to him.
Yeah. I also heard they're going to be cracking down a little bit more on that because the pitchers had too much notice. They're like, okay, in the bottom of the first, they always check at the same time, so pitchers can sort of really easily
hide it.
Fuck around with it. Yeah. So it's just, but that's part of the game too.
You know what? I've had this discussion with many people when they talk about, the cheating in baseball. I said, listen, that shit is
cheating.
You're talking about history of baseball. Yeah. You did nothing but cheat.
Exactly.
I said that is the one sport when you're a little kid. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. I mean, come on, that's like the slogan.
Yeah.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. That's the way to do it. I mean, shit. If you're a sport where you fail, 7 out of 10 times and are good, then you're gonna try anything you can to get the edge.
Absolutely, and that's exactly it. You're going to do everything you can to gain whatever little edge that you can, and then especially if it's so widespread across, then it's like it's not this big moral dilemma anymore. It's like everyone else is spider tacking or
doing. And for the most part, even if you know the other team's doing it, you're not gonna say anything. You're not gonna. Right. You're going to keep it. We're going to do it too. And, it's just one of those like.
Everyone's got their own skeletons.
Yeah.
And their dugouts. So to speak.
I'm in a glass house. I'm not going to be throwing any stones at your house.
Oh, yeah. Or spider tacked baseballs or anything like that. But I wonder if spider tack will make a comeback this season, or
if anybody's going to get busted for it.
Yeah. We'll see. But we're just Chip and Cern, and the Cerny Sleds and the Chipmunks. Everyone's excited. Baseball,
in the corner. College basketballs, and hot. This was a great weekend. I don't think you ever saw any of the games. This is probably one of the best weekends in college basketball. This last weekend, it was dynamite.
Oh, really?
We had Number 7 Arizona lost to unranked Arizona State on a fucking half-court 3 to win it.
Spicy.
Down by 2, over half court. Cut the net. Next game after that, Florida State was getting their ass kicked by 23 points at halftime by Miami. Came all the way back. Was ahead by 1 with 8 seconds left. Guy from Miami nails a 3 to go up by 2. 4 seconds left. Goes down 3. Win. And then it was like the next day, Michigan was playing, I don't know, and the guy from Michigan, the center or some shit, hits the 3 to tie it to go to overtime as the buzzer's going out. It was Dana was texting me. He's like, "Holy nails shit!"
A 3? That's awesome. That's awesome. I need to get. Is there a John Boy for NCAA basketball that I need to be following to stay abreast?
I need to take a look. I don't know. I was watching him live and.
Oh, nice.
It was, and it's not even this was just like the end of they're wrapping up the regular season. They're going to have their little conference tournaments, and then they're going to have the brackets.
Seeding.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. But all the games that are being played now in the NCAA basketball are sort of shaking out where you're going to be seated. Or if you have a chance
they're all starting to
coming
this
together.
team needs to win this one, or to even be considered, or
okay.
Nice. Your top. You have 4 number 1s. They're pretty much locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Purdue has this guy on the team. This fucking guy is like, I gotta look it up. He is like 7 something or other.
Oh, he's a monster.
Yeah, he's like 7. Zach Edey, I think his name is.
Let's see.
He is 7'4".
Wow. That's getting up there.
He's huge.
Is he crushing it?
Yeah.
They just toss it up to him. He just like
it's like second chance. Yes. Brick doesn't matter. This fucking guy has a wingspan the size of a condor.
Yeah, he's like he's probably on an endangered species list. Oh man, 7 foot. That's no fun though. But the world's not built for people that are over.
No, I mean when he's like a head and shoulders above a basketball team, it's insane.
Yeah, for sure. He's they probably have to cut a hole in the roof of the bus or something to drive him around, something like that.
It's like there was a guy a couple years ago. I think his name was Taco Fall or something like that. He was like 7'6" or something like that, and he was like talking about when he had to get in the shower. Like the shower head went like the middle of his back.
Yeah, it's like at his dick. It's like my dick's really clean because that's the only way where the water goes. Yeah, and like, what do you sit? You can't sit at a table. You can't sit on an airplane. Like, what do you do on an airplane? You have to get first class, I guess.
Yeah, private.
Oh yeah, private probably.
I don't know.
Interesting. Well, these are problems we don't have. It's just being, average white dudes. Be a good name for a band. But
dead band.
We got NCAA basketball's heating up, baseball's heating up. It's a good time.
Yes.
And we just need the weather to follow suit and heat up as well. Just get a little bit of warmth.
I think that's the thing too. Like if I'm watching baseball, it's like I expect to go out and smell fresh cut grass, be about 70 degrees.
And no freeze warnings on your phone every day.
God.
I'm tired. No more freeze warnings here. Come on now.
Or wind advisors. I'm sick of those too.
Can we just have some California weather like what we all are used to to heal us? There needs to be some healing. But hopefully your ears have been healed by this episode.
Indeed.
Brought you the goodness as we do every week live for you all. But till next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.